Sergeant Major, how are you, sir?
Doing well, doing well. Putting
Look
some
at
wheels
you.
together.
Well, you're flexing a brand new microphone. Holy smokes, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, everybody out there can hear me now and they can stop sending me messages.
What? What?
What? Yeah,
You got
yeah.
that quiet whisper sound, that sexy audio voice they were tuning in for.
Yes. Yeah, I've always been from the, speak softly, carry a big stick kind of guy. So it wasn't working on YouTube, apparently. So, yeah, we got fixed.
Interesting. Well, at least you spent the time during the week to fix the microphone and it sounds spot on.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
So we will do our best to roll into this. What did you just say at the start of the show? You were already wrenching on wheels?
Yeah, I got a set of machetes in
Nice.
red for
And
my Optic.
the Optic.
The Optic. The new
You
banker.
let.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Is that
H10.
the H10? Oh,
Yep.
H10 Optic. Got it. Now did they so the Optic, did it come in more than one color?
Yeah, two colors. There was a
Red and a blue?
gray chassis with black panels with a red livery for Yokohama tires, and a black chassis, blue panels for the Sparco livery. So
Very cool.
lots of guys are mixing panels and trading panels and stuff like that to get an all black rig, murdered out style, or getting the blue on the gray chassis. Some people are dyeing or trying to dye the gray chassis.
Sort of like the Rift a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
Okay. Is it working?
I haven't seen one personally. I haven't actually seen one on the internet yet. On the Facebook about a successful dye job. I heard about one that went terribly wrong in a ruined kitchen counter.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
makes. Hopefully, he's not married.
He was when it started.
That's what I mean. He will be in. My wife would have my nuts in this vice out here, and not in a kinky, pleasurable way.
Yeah. So here's Jeremy's early tip at the beginning of the show. If you're going to do a RIT dye job, go to your local Goodwill or something and pick up a old roaster pan that has temperature control, and you can do your bath in it directly. You'll never use it for food again, but you'll have a good dye bath that you can temperature control, and you won't have to worry about making that trip to the bathtub or boiling it on the stove in your kitchen around your countertops and worrying about stains and stuff like that. You can just put it outside and let it cook, and then cool your parts with a hose afterwards.
All you need to do is be near power. Plug it in.
Yep. Yeah, I picked one up for $20 at a Goodwill store, and it's like a big 16-quart roaster.
Right around the time when the Rift came out.
Yep, that's why I went and got it. Yep.
It worked. It was a smart idea. Oh, MJ in the house. Yep. All right. Yep. Richard Kroon. Yep. What's going on, guys? All right. So I know a lot of these faces are here for our guest tonight, no doubt.
They're not here for this.
No, or anything I got to say. So we love seeing them support Aiden and Adam. You can't mention one without the other. Yep. This is a father and son duo that go hand in hand. But I giggled the other. This kind of reminds me of it. Tease up this little joke. If you saw the behind the scenes comment in the Castle Team group page, and you got to write. Did you read Trevor's comment?
Yeah.
How he had to bow down and say that he was new.
Yeah.
I was like, to listen to him say that he's new at something was brought so much joy to my life right there. I'm like, oh, Trevor, you newbie.
Yeah. Yeah. What a
um,
dude.
yeah. So the reason I teed that up is the same respect goes right back to Adam. This cat's been around and around the block again. I think you can share old war stories with this guy going way back. He's been through it all.
Yep. Absolutely. He's OG.
So OG, yep.
Yep.
And his son, the apple does not fall far from the tree. I tell the story many, many times of my G6 fix adventure and giving up all hope on Ray to bail on life. And here comes this kid out of nowhere.
Just shaming you.
Cheering me on. And no, the kid came over and he's like, we can do it. Like, opens up his dad's toolbox and he's like, but bam, this treasure chest. And he's like, help yourself to whatever you want. And I'm like, all right. He's like, come here, let me show you how to do it. And starts wrenching away, giving me parts. I'm like, all right, kid, you got me back in the fight. Dusted me off, went one more lap, and then I called it. The old man called it. I'm like, you got a little out of me. So I always will never forget, what good this family has done
He's been
for
taught well.
me. Yeah, yes, he has been taught well. All right, so let's slide out of here with our our official intro. And by the time we slide out of the intro video, we will have our surprise. Well, not surprise. We will have our guest flying with us this evening, Adam from Aiden Builds RC. So let's do this. I was trying to stall and have this slide a little bit slicker than that, but bear with me. Here we go. Bearing with me. Here we go. Show this.
Ground control, we're loaded and ready to taxi.
Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Oh, so close. So close.
Well, you got me here. It was good plane ride. Good landing.
Fantastic, sir. We cannot thank you enough for flying with us tonight. This destination is rad. Like, this just fits.
Yeah.
So much to talk about. We have so many war stories that we could swap. Adam, tell us who you are and what you're up to.
Well, I'm Dad. Aiden Builds. See, is Aiden. He's here with us in spirit. He's also literally right above me watching or playing video games or both. He's not a huge fan of talking to people live on the internet. So
what teenager is? So mad love, much respect. Aiden, thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Yeah, he's getting much better talking to people. It's been a great journey. The business has been really good for him, getting out there and talking to people, making change, making small talk. Now, if I could just get him to sell himself, he's so modest. It's a little tough. It's funny. You were talking about meeting Aiden, and I want to say that was a fire truck that he was working on.
Yes, my Unimog.
Yep, I remember that.
I call it the uniflogged.
Uniflogged?
Flogged. You flogged
okay.
it.
Yeah, we did. We tried. My heart was in the right place. We wanted to do some My Trick RC light kits. I kind of started building the truck all the wrong way. if you're going to enter the fix, you need to make sure you've watched one or two before you step into it. Uh,
Talk to
and
people
don't,
that have run it.
yep, and do not overcomplicate it on yourself. I had scale wheels that didn't have the center wheel nut. It was 6 scale lug nuts to take off a tire. Super rad Team DC wheels with valve stems. I mean, they looked perfect for USTE, but not for the fix.
Yes.
No body pins, and the worst body in the world to take off to get to that battery. Oh, it was a nightmare. My heart was in the right place, but my brain was not firing that day.
No, that was a good time. That was my one and only year running the fix. That was fun. I ran it with Aiden and our good friend Timmy, and we took first in our class, and that was a blast, and that was enough for me. Maybe someday I'll come back, but I don't think so. I can't run it like Jeremy, like some of these guys that run it year after year and just really hammer it.
My other tip that I would tell someone, if you are thinking about a G6, if you're thinking about running a fix, try what you guys did in that team type format. A little bit of support does go a long way, especially for the first one. I'm not telling you can't man up one year and be a Jeremy Kilburn and Matt Coacher and go balls out like William Riddle and all the rest of these soldiers that can get out there and grind. But in the beginning, for your first attempt, try the team approach.
Yeah, no, the team approach was great. I mean, I want to say at the time Aiden was 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was pretty young,
right? So
Yeah.
So we ran that, and we tried to run, and you have to run 2 people at a time. We tried to alternate and let everybody get 2 laps and a lap off. But there were times when Dad had to step up and pull his lap.
Yeah.
But he did great. And then of course, I guess last year they ran it again as a team, and they they did it again.
Mm-hmm.
This time I sat back and ran the pit and helped them out with timing, and helped some other people out being their pit stops. So, I mean, it was a good time just being there for it. But
Yeah,
the 3 hour is a great way for people to get into it.
Yeah. I'm not running. I'm not running 24th scale or 18 scale again.
Okay.
That drove me insane last year.
Do you think they will even have it?
If enough people show up, they'll do it. I would imagine.
Okay.
I haven't seen what they have in store for this year for fix quite yet. So I don't know what classes.
I have.
Oh, okay. Are they doing 18 scale? Can you tell us?
I think what you said depends on the entries. I know that he's ready to go for it.
Okay.
We have some things to, let's just say, bridge the gap a little bit in that rock pile. And I think you may have seen me and Brian on live probably January, when I was out scouting out and tagging out this year's fixed trail, which is going to be, it looks like, on some unused terrain.
Okay.
And some will be very familiar to you.
Oh, can we get a distance approximation per lap? Because that really helps.
Yeah, well, I mean, he likes to keep them around, what, 1.25 miles seems to be his sweet spot, 1 mile and 1.14. So
I prefer them over 1 mile, just because it breaks up the monotony. If they're too short, it makes you dizzy.
So, and one thing I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want Park to run his magic and surprise you guys. But one of the things that he said is he wants to set the course up so the participants can interact more often with spectators, with friends, with families, with people cheering them on.
Makes sense. Yeah. A couple crossovers, maybe.
Yeah. So I think, the course is really going to, once it's laid out, it's kind of going to be like watching old school rally. where you have certain places where people can congregate and cheer people on, and,
Okay.
and really
Sweet.
let the public see you.
I like it.
Awesome. Well, speaking of courses, I did something this week. I've been kicking this idea around for probably the last 2 or 3 years. During COVID, the surge and increase in for the love of micros took off, and that social distancing took off, and a desire and a need for a local crawling track was definitely something that we needed here in our town. Um, I put a case together to go in front of our local borough and present this case for funding and land to put in a crawling course. Um,
Wow.
it was something that you talk about aiding getting the balls and courage to get confidence, to get over social anxieties and get out there and talk to people. I mean, that has been my biggest hurdle in front of me. A lot of the reason for this show as isn't for the people as it is much more for myself and my own quirky social anxieties and confidence, just to get out there and conquer your own fears sometimes. And that does more for me each week, just to be a part of something, be vocal, and share war stories and hang out with friends that know RC like that. When we can all talk the same language on a Saturday night, it's a great time.
Yeah.
So we got diverted a little bit. The borough rerouted me, kind of a curveball, and it ended up going through a local church. And no, the church did not get struck by lightning when I walked through the door. It is still standing. But I had to meet with a pastor at a local church who has been the one maintaining and in charge of this property. So I'm hoping by the end of the week, by the next show, we should have a solid answer if they are going to be able to approve this, and to what extent that means. Is it going to be raising the money ourselves and recruiting more local people? I know Richard Kroon's been a local supporter and willing to help out. Adam, I know you would drive down here in a heartbeat, and I appreciate that. If we get to that point, I definitely want to get to the point where we have funding to bring in some professionals. This is downtown Quakertown, where it's seen every day, people that are not RC. So I don't want to just stack pallets and tires up out in the middle of the park. I wanted to actually have professional landscapers come in and make it look somewhat prettier than us ugly guys up here. Be a little bit presentable and
Come on, look at us.
kid friendly. Kid friendly.
Let me jump in real quick on this one, Mike, and put the idea in your head.
Well, go ahead. Yes.
Your local college or your local trade school, and get the architecture students,
I love this.
and get them to plan and design the course
as a course
as their
credit.
project. And
look at me waiting till June 1st when school's ending.
Well, I mean, you're going to pitch this. It's going to take time to build the money.
Yes, absolutely. I know
So
you were correct.
By the fall semester, if you have a good plan for your local college,
I love this idea
that they could get involved with as a project. You might be surprised on how much funding you might get and how much backing you would get
once you
with a structurally sound course that is beautiful and it's good for the environment. It has living trees and
yes, natural fencing, like using the trees for fencing, and
safe.
I wanted to safe and a deterrent, because it's going to be backed up on the backside of the skate park and BMX pump track. So I do not want this to be appealing to these guys to, hey, look what I can do on this. So just a fun little side note, something I decided to just pull my pants down and go for it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop wasting time and talking about tomorrow.
I wouldn't say that way in front of the pastor. We're not pulling our pants down in front of anybody. We're not letting anything hang out.
I just let it all go.
Yeah. Just say, hey, shooting for the moon, shooting for the
All right,
stars.
so I finally manned up and just.
See, I wouldn't even say that.
Oh boy!
Not in today's world, unfortunately.
So,
All
Mike,
right, we're gonna take. Go ahead.
when you get approval, and I know you will because I have confidence, I know a guy that used to write grants for nonprofits.
Oh,
You should give him a call.
Yeah.
okay. This. I will take all the help that we can get. So yes, and I know your background, your real time
RC
job,
world.
and yeah. Well, and I know we have Jeremy too as his strategic. He can analyze a strategy for us every day. So
It's
Um,
the beauty about
You
our
can.
RC world. We
Yeah,
we
and-
all have all these things that we bring to each other.
Yeah.
we'll attack this. We'll win.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I loved about the National Guard. Was so many secondary talents,
Oh.
professionalisms. They weren't even secondary; they were primary. The Guard was secondary, but they
As a reservist, you're saying their civilian job brought more to the plate.
absolutely
Interesting.
absolutely.
Interesting.
Matt Coker said, "Keep your pants on, Mike."
Okay. Well, I figured Matt would have more words of wisdom than that with what he's done locally, piggybacked off of your local flight club. I mean, that was definitely a great place for you guys to attach onto, no doubt. And that might be a plan B or C somewhere down the line. We do have a flying club, but
it's always great
I'd love
for
to get it
club.
in downtown Quakertown. And obviously we all know the end story is hopefully it does tap a new market.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
that's
a center-
never even thought of an RC before. Hey, what are they doing?
It creates a new center of gravity for the recreational outlet for the community, and that's what's important. That it actually matters to have an outlet for the community to do things for recreation, for mental health, and whatnot. So,
well, and that's where this borough hall got turned off, and we got the curveball back to the church. That's where this dot got connected, and all that fancy stuff you just said, Jeremy, comes into play where they're looking to better and provide outlets for the community. So, Adam, it got quiet there in the background. I'm not picking. Did you pause your printers?
So no, I only got the Ender 5s paused, and we paused.
Okay.
The other ones they're running. They're ticking along. I mean, they both have silent boards in them. They've both been tuned, so they're behaving at the moment. I think you can see the blue one moving once in a while.
Okay. Yep, I see it. I see it.
And you might. Let me see if I can get it out of the way. You might recognize. No, I can't.
Yeah.
You might
Don't hurt
recognize
yourself.
on that one.
Oh, is that a grenade? No.
That is not a grenade. That is. I think you discussed it a couple weeks ago on one of your shows.
Oh no way! It
Body
wouldn't be a body pin, would it?
You know what? It might be.
It might. It's a grenade.
Pull the pin.
No, my friend.
So
That's your grenade.
Oh, look at that one. Look at that fancy filament you used. I like that.
So, I watched that show. Eric's a great guy. We've been working with Eric, and you no matter what you do in this world, you can't satisfy everybody.
Heck no.
But I have this overwhelming need to. So let's see if.
Oh, no, wait. That looks like that's a special request fulfillment there.
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
Is that for my scale trucks that don't have body
yeah,
pins?
it is. It is.
You guys with all these fancy clips on their cars and hidden mounts don't. They feel the need to have magnetic body clips on their 110. I wonder who that could have been.
I'm watching Jason from Boom roll over and give him a heart attack right now.
Like I need a set of those.
Well, your mail went out this morning, so it'll have to wait until either I see you in July
All
or
right.
the next time.
I'll be
But
patient.
they're nice and magnetic for you.
I love it.
I like it.
So we need to fill in a little blank here, I guess, so we don't confuse the daylights out of everyone. Yes, a couple weeks ago we did have Eric Warren come on from Adventure RC, and he took a collab project back here with Adam, which he explained in detail. It's a genius idea to resurrect something he started years ago, and I love to see the comments where people think that this idea was stolen or just thought about, and I'm like, nah. It's actually something they've been doing for quite a few years, and it was great to see it come back to life and to put a mock body pin that functional scale points for your daily driver. How cool is this? Literally, my first post to ever go viral, and I told Jeremy, the only thing that sucks about a viral post that you have nothing to do with is the only crappy part. Like, come on. Like, I had nothing to do with it. But anyway, these things are so darn cool. They catch people's eyes. I had to wait until I got my car inspected before I could drive around with them. The last thing I needed was a cop looking over at me in my out-of-state inspection. So the second I got my car inspected and up to date, I ran out and slapped these puppies on. What a fun little thing, because it definitely does turn heads. There are people that have no clue what we're talking about. I get it. But Jeremy, your little zinger during that episode was a request for the ultra scale class 1 guys that have worked tirelessly to remove all the body pins. Jeremy now, in a typical Jeremy Kilburn fashion, wants to go back full circle and drop the fake body pin back on the body, and I think it's hysterical. I am so glad that you were able to pull that off.
Then it looks like a real vehicle with a magnetic body pin set.
Yes.
It's what do they call that? Inception? Yeah.
That is so good. We have I keep wanting to call it a night runner. We have an Element night runner about 6 blocks away from me. And this thing is done up. The guy's got the snorkels. He's got 3 roto packs. I mean, he has got some coin in the scale accessories loaded on this thing. Dreamer and I are going to pop over there one day and knock on the door and just see if we can start dropping some body pins. See, if I'm not doing it without asking, but this is an opportunity to get a super cool Inception photo, take my Night Runner over, and really have some fun scaling it out, tricking people's brains for a little bit. Which one is what? It won't be hard. All I need to do is get the roto packs in the same configuration on the one side, and it's done.
Yeah,
I know a kid that can help you with that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I will let you all know the second we need that. So the thing that we talked about, history in the hobby, Adam, but one of the things that we haven't really pushed over the edge on, and I know you did not want to pip yourself out. This was not about you weren't trying to turn this into an infomercial tonight about Adians builds, but at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to go too much further without the elephant in the room. And you've started something that has taken off, but you've started something that was inspirational for fathers out there everywhere, to be a role model, to teach your son, business, and Jeremy can fill in here and come up with all the cool things that you're teaching your kid. But at the end of the day, it makes a whole lot of sense for the RC community, and it made sense for you guys locally to have this outlet and be a authorized dealer at the Recon G6. Like, it is so cool to see you sponsoring the event, giving back. I mean, you guys were putting the blood, sweat, and tear into that event before Adians builds. I get it. But now to have this little side shoot of you, can you share anything that you're working on with Adians builds? Because I know something dropped on the Treal fans page today
Yeah,
that seemed to shake it up.
we have a couple things, but let me just give you a little backstory. Well, I'll give everybody a little backstory. You've been on the ride with us since,
Yep.
so you know it. We started out with a printer, and the sole reason for the printer was to give Aiden an outlet to try to learn some, the CAD, the technical stuff. And he starts printing, and I'm like, hey, you want to sell some stuff? Sure. So we start, our local club, Eastern PA Crawlers. The guys are super awesome guys, and they've been
because they were asking that, like, you were getting requests. Hey, can you make this for me? And really saw a need.
Yes, and these guys were super supportive. Aiden would sell it at our, camping events, and then it went from one machine to two machines to 5 machines, and he got a website. He's learning how to do inventory. He's doing the math. Yeah, I'm still fixing machines and setting things up, but about 75% of it he can do on his own. But see, here's the proud papa moment. So he's a freshman this year, and I told him, I said, my path in life was high school, military, college. That's how I did it. That's what I want to do. Your path can be whatever you want. You want to go to college? Great. You want to go to trade school? Great. The important thing is you need to learn a skill. So proud papa moment is this year he takes me to open house for MCTI, which is the high school, the combined high school in our county's technical school.
Yeah.
He got accepted into the precision machining program. So next year, he's going to spend half the day in his high school and half the day in precision machinery. So if you guys and me treat him good, by the end of next year, he's going to be seeing us chassis and wheels and axles, and who knows what he's going to make. So, I'm super stoked about it.
That's awesome. That is very cool.
But
Dino RC just joined in, and I hate to cut off you for anybody in the comments, but we do like to pause every once in a while, and this is where we met Dino recently, and this is like Jeremy's new bunk buddy. And Dino, you want to pay attention here what Adam is talking about, okay? And this is a dot that should easily be connected. Dino will get behind what you are doing, Adam. Trust me. So, Dino, perk up. Go ahead, Adam.
All right. So you were asking about Treal fans page.
Yep.
So you want to know?
Yeah. What happened? Well, I know you've been cooking something for the last couple of months, because we got some little look at like what blew our mind with these. This is where people that are not scale like have no clue what the hell we're talking about. But when you're going scale inside a scale, when I have a scale garage inside my scale garage,
So,
you went and took it to the next level.
All right. So, Ada and I are both team drivers for Treal, and over the years, Treal's treat us really good. So Christmas time came around. We wanted to do something for, the fans, the Treal fans page. And we started thinking, well, everybody likes stickers, but how many stickers can you use? So let's do something different. And I reached out to Treal and, talked to Wendy about some stuff. And first thing I did was I said, hey, your sticker sheet, can I get a copy of that? And she says, why? I go, I want to try something. So they sent me a copy of the sticker sheet, and we started out with, I don't know if the glare, something like that.
No. Oh, that's money. I love it.
Right?
I love it.
So the end result is you get a little tiny Treal sticker sheet. All right?
And if anyone has bought a Treal part, they know exactly what the hell that is.
So
Thousands of those
Jeremy,
things.
I bet Jeremy, like the funny joke was seeing people in the pumpkin heads, like at for Halloween in the trick or treat basket. Like you literally have tons of these.
I could wallpaper this entire basement.
So the next evolution is, well, you know, what are you going to do with a sticker sheet? Well, I mean, some of y'all might know what these are from your youth.
Oh, I've seen a bag like that once or twice.
All right. So, you know, why don't we take one of them little bags?
No,
All right. Well, you know what? You're going to make me feel old here because I'm going to have to put on my glasses.
I got you, brother. I got you.
All right. We're going to put on our glasses.
You're not used to filling it.
I'm not used to much of anything of that anymore. All right. So now we got our little Treal bag. Well, you know, we need something for it, right? So we started out with just getting some parts, right? It's not going to show well, but here's
Oh, yes.
our display, right? We got skids, you know, a lot of
And
this C-hubs from, you know, old school stuff.
So
But down to the brass part.
So I got there's hardware inside of these.
Oh,
Floating around inside the package is hardware. Like, and this
down
is,
to the count. Like, he's probably counted them out exact.
So we made some of these, and I sent them out to a couple team members, and Jeremy got some. And we made some nice Christmas posts unwrapping gifts, you know, kind of the Scale Garage campy thing, right? And then we had some leftovers, so we gave them out to, you know, a lucky Treal fan, and they liked it. So, and Wendy's been great. I said, Wendy, listen, I can use parts that Aiden uses and sells. Like the skid is literally a 10th scale skid that he has that I scaled down and ran it through the resin printer. I said, you know what would be great is if we took your Treal wheel. All right. So this isn't the one we're using. We're using a Type F, but we got our beadlock ring slides around. I said, you know, center that, make it solid for me. Send it back to me in one piece. So they took it and it's got all the screws in the front. It's got the hex in the back and the screws in the back.
I love this wheel, though. This is like
that to me, and this is what we produced. Let me get my hand up there. Right.
When you put your hand up like that and you show, because at first you take your hand away, it looks like you're holding up a regular 10th scale wheel. And then the second you put your hand there, bam.
We can't see in this, but if you had your glasses on and you were looking at it, you're going to see in the center cap all the screw holes. In the back, there's a hex. The hex comes out and the screws come out. And you can see the beadlock ring. Now, I sent some to Jeremy this morning, and you get to paint your face plates and your back plates and do what you want for your rings to make it look better. But for the most part, you're going to see them in one color. So then we get the wheels, right? I mean, you know, wheels, skids, what are we going to do with them? I don't know. Let's stick them in a bag. All right, let me grab another one. We're going to do a 2-pack. So the 2-packs are 2.2s. The 4-packs are 1.9s because that's how they
package them. Yeah.
All right, so we got our wheels, right? So we took it a little step further and talked to Wendy and said, hey, I'm not going to sell these. Aiden's not going to sell these, but can we get the artwork? So she sends me the artwork, and we monkey around with it a little bit.
Header card.
And there you go.
Bam.
All right. So here's the beauty of these. Obviously, they're in a plastic bag, so that's waterproof. All these decals, these are vinyl. These aren't paper. All right. They will fade in the sun eventually, but they can get wet. They're not going to crinkle up. These look pretty cool sitting on a dashboard of a car, sitting on a seat. If you're a trail fan, it's kind of a neat little thing.
On your workbench, on top of your
yeah.
cow RC mat. There you go. Bingo.
Now Aiden, the plug Aiden a little bit. He has these in his logo. So the Treal stuff we do for fun and to give away, we don't sell. And then, you ask about new stuff. Can you see that?
Yeah, I'm eyeballing the tool holder.
All right, so that's in the works with.
I love it. I love it.
Nuts and bolts. So
is that a single piece? Is that a resin printed single piece, or is you got the hardware tool coming out?
Diorama. There's
okay.
Aiden actually does. Now he sells them in packs like this if people want them. And there's your driver.
Shut up! Like a 5-in-1
Yeah, no,
toolkit.
It's just a 2mm driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but he also sells them separately and loose, unpackaged, not in the scale.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Holy
smokes!
Make your diorama. Pro tip for everybody who wants to do little scale stuff like this: these nuts and bolts and screws are from a bulk eyeglass repair kit.
Smart.
Very smart.
So, and then diff gears, they're just 24th scale. Well, they're sub-micro servo gears. All right, so you can repurpose stuff.
But bravo, dude. Seriously, you've taken this level of scale, to a whole other level.
So
I love it.
So here's ours, and we got a bunch of them. And really, you only need one. So here's the fun part about it. Me and Aiden will be at the Tennessee Recon in 11 days. Super excited. Yep. And of course, we'll be at Blue Rocks. If you find me or Aiden out on the trail and you're a Treal fan or a Treal customer and you show us your rig with something Treal on it, a Treal sticker, a Treal part, I don't care what it is, and you let us take a picture of you, we'll give you one. It's that simple. We may not have them for everybody at every event, but they'll be in our pockets. And if there's enough people asking, I'm sure we can get some in the hands of other Treal representatives and Treal drivers, and they can carry them out on the trail, and they can do it. Give a little back to the people that help us have our little time in the sun as a team driver, right? I mean,
it's super fun because you come across it all the time when you're out on the trail. You look over and somebody's truck catches your eye, and then you start a convo and you realize, oh crap, those are Treal axles or wheels or something. Who knows? However the conversation's going to go, but it's fun to be able to reach in the pocket and share that kind of excitement. Nothing puts smiles on people's faces like scale accessories and stickers.
It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people don't know what to do with them.
I know. We're probably making Dino's head hurt right now, trying to get his head around this level of scale, and that's why I wanted him to pay attention what's happening right now. We are taking this one step further, and you did a great job. The detail is there, and you couldn't have done this without a resin printer, Adam.
No, this is definitely resin printer work. And at that, it's 4K resin printer work.
Okay.
I think, Jeremy, did you get an axle housing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty tight, right?
It's over there.
So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if there's a lot of positive feedback and fans like it and they want to see more of it, I'm sure we can accommodate. One of the things is that Jeremy's little package, when it shows up, you're going to get everything separate. Mm-hmm. So team drivers want this stuff. We'll give it to them. They're going to get it separate. It's very time consuming. You saw me put one together. Imagine putting them together. And I had that prepped. Sometimes it takes me a minute to open the damn bag. I don't know how professional pharmaceutical people can stuff them little bags and make a profit, because it's just too time consuming.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
I think it'll, there's definitely a market for it, and honestly, I hope other companies see it as a potential and maybe give you some bonus work.
Yeah, that would be exciting. I think so when Jay did JST down in Jersey, his scale experience this spring, what we did for door prizes is we actually made a JST branded stuff, and we took their sticker sheet that they were giving out, miniaturized it, shoving it in a pack. There, I got one.
It was a really sweet door prize pack. Like the event they did a great job with.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of neat things you can do with them. There's a beautiful mat with Treal there. I'm sure there's a company that makes mats that might like to see that.
Paul said that there's a tool for opening those little bags.
Really? Send me.
Is it tweezers or is it more than that?
Probably like a blow.
Tweezers and try to pull it apart.
Yeah. I don't know. Never got into that kind of stuff. So
I don't know.
I was a terrible dealer. Like it was. The cardinal rule is don't tap into your inventory. Like that was like, if you want to make money at this game,
moving on.
Well, I will tell you that the same holds true for scale accessories, which I have to remind Aiden every time he goes his inventory and says, "Oh, I need this," and opens up package, and I'm like, that was an 11-cent bag and a 20-cent head card and a 1-cent price tag. You could have just printed a new one and had it in an hour.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, we're 10 minutes to 9.
Okay. Well, good call. Thank you for keeping on that.
I know there's something else you want to say.
We do. Yes, I do. I do want to see it.
So we're children of the 80s, right?
We are.
We are. And Recon at Blue Rocks is 1980s theme. And we love the 80s.
I love it.
So one of the things, and I'll be quick because I know we talked about time. So Aiden sponsors a night run. This year it's on Friday night in case we get rain and we can push it to Saturday. Normally it's on Saturday night. So it's 80s theme. And we're going to march through the 80s. So this is what your trail marker looks like.
I love it.
Nice.
Lit, of course. Now, we went through a little pop culture to some just downright classic movies.
Nice.
So we have 40 different movies here that'll be lit to help guide you through the trail.
Nice.
So that's the start of it. We'll have a mix of traditional Recon trail markers. We all know what they look like on these things. So these are all lit.
I have so much cool 80s stuff left over from Proline by the Fire. I got the Zach Morris brick phone and what else?
Nice.
Oh, He-Man. Dude, what you can start tapping the 80s hard, bro. Like Swatch Watch.
Now, these are my favorite. We did these for the G Crew.
Garbage Pail Kids. Oh, I love it.
So that's mine. Now, the night run's fun, right? It's lights. We're going to have lots of lights. We are going to do two things that are going to blow your mind. All right. The first is we collectively, as a bunch of Reconners, are going to play the largest game of Pac-Man with RC cars that ever existed. There will be a Pac-Man board laid out. You will have gate markers that you can't hit.
Oh, brilliant.
Jeremy, I have a whole sheet of these for you.
Nice.
All right. These will be laid out. You will have 3 attempts to make it through the corn maze of Pac-Man board. And each time you hit a trail marker, you got to go back to square one. 3 attempts, 3 lives.
Nice.
And since that is going to cause a considerable amount of backup,
You better have a boombox with that music playing in the background.
Oh, no. My wife in her infinite wisdom said, we got a projector. Let's do a drive-in movie. There will be
sick.
a movie right next to it for you to park your cars and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off or whatever 1980 movie we can get on an SD card and playing on that projector.
So are the trucks? Do we have to mount candles to them? Isn't that how you guys saw at night in the 80s?
No, fortunately, Aiden's been pretty good with lights. So all those little power pellets on the ground, you're basically going to go through a corridor of blue surveyor tape that's going to be set up like a Pac-Man board. And there will be little lights dotting the whole way.
Wow.
I can normally laugh at Jeremy's jokes often. I will laugh at them, but him making an old person joke it just falls flat.
I'm trying to present myself as a younger person.
It's not working, bro.
Empathy for the younger people out there.
So I'm going to show you guys 2 new things real quick. Mike, you've seen this. This is called the Banner Buddy. All right. You click your banner on here and your pop-up tent. These click onto the crossbars. Got enough grip that they don't slide. You can adjust your tents. We came up with these, had them at King of the Castle, and they went like wildfire. We're really excited about these.
I'm going to need me some of them.
Well, we'll have them. And then one other thing that we've been messing around on request for some of you guys do some comping. We up the 24th scale gates. They have the function where you can hot glue or clay them into place. Fold them over, they don't move. If you're in dirt, there's a nail that can go on the bottom of them. If you want to run at night, they can accommodate glow sticks.
Nice.
So this is something that's coming out soon. These particular ones are gone to the NJ scale guys, and we'll see at least one of their courses running these things at Fairway Crawl.
Very cool. Innovative. I like it.
We had a lot of help. Chili was helping us, kind of figure out what would be right. King of Castle was great. There was some gate issues where they got moved in the dirt. You didn't know where they were. People jumping over gates. It's hard to tell when you run over this, but it's pretty easy to tell when you hit that.
Yeah.
So it's just something we're putting out there. The 24th gates, everybody loves them. And they're really nice to judge and they stay put. So we thought we'd offer them. They're going to be a special order thing because they are just a long print to make 30 gates.
Yeah, I could see that. Definitely. I like it.
You guys definitely put the work in. The Recon is lucky to have your support. You definitely add a little pizzazz to the Recon. There is no doubt. I know a lot of people look forward to Blue Rocks and what you and Aiden do for that event. So I'm looking forward to it.
We're blessed to have friends like Parker and the G Crew, and for him to support Aiden in his business and to allow us to give back to his event and put something on, it's really a great feeling. And most of the time, and it because you see me, I don't run the night event. I walk around and talk to you guys, I just love seeing the smiles and love the oohs, the ahs, and it's a little bit self-indulgent, I know, but in the end it makes people happy, so I guess that'll wipe out the self-indulgency.
He'll have MJ's going to have the youngest G6er there. It's probably a fact. Yeah.
Yep.
He's been busy. Coacher says we won't be making any babies at that
At that drive-in.
at that drive-in theater, or at least if we want to keep it clean, people.
Well, you might be, because it's right behind your cabin.
Okay. Oh, is that where you're putting it on that wall?
So up at the pavilion is where
Yep.
we will be having the Pac-Man and
Okay.
that nice flat area. It's a good, safe place at night for people to be. There's some seating. Yeah, it is. I mean, you're going to have 75 gates before you get there, and then everybody's still going to be backed up. It's night. It's just the way it is. So I think it's a great place for everybody to just socialize, watch each other.
100%.
Yeah.
With the pavilion.
100%.
So it just seemed
Looking
like
forward to it.
Yep.
Well, Adam, it's definitely event season. So we've got Farm Fest coming up at the end of the month. You're heading to Tennessee for this G6er event. Jeremy, you've got to be sight set on Axial Fest. When is that? 2 weeks. See, everything's stacking up.
Yeah.
2 weeks out. So everything starts piling up. June, July, August. It's a cluster. If it's not multiple events in one weekend, it's one weekend after another. Adam, while you are here, we're going to leave you sit with us for a minute. I do want to throw a game of this and that at you before you go, but this seems like a perfect time for us to kind of talk 3D printing. Jeremy and I got busy, and I hate that, man. But don't tell him I said that.
Don't say that.
I hate him.
We've been busy on projects.
I hate him. Yeah, I'm not used to working at Jeremy Kilburn's speed. And I did this deliberately. I literally tried to cheat, and I held the file back a little bit to get a head start on him on purpose.
Oh, that's awful.
He delayed sending me the file.
I did. Literally, I had it loaded on the bed already, and then I sent it to him. Because I had to get a head start. I knew once he got up and running, it was going to be balls to the wall. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how he grinds it. He's so fast.
You got to be efficient with your time management.
It's because you have those fancy new Bamboo Labs printers. That's
what they do help, man. They are lightning fast.
If we didn't have these dialed in and know how to use them, it's hard to get rid of things at work for something that works better.
Yeah. And I don't know how to use it.
Now, with this H10 Vanquish truck that you've got, Jeremy, I didn't notice it until today. Did you happen to see what Night Customs posted? It looks like it's going to be a functional driver.
Yeah. He has a functional driver interior in design phase right now for the H10.
I didn't realize it was going to be that spin-off from that Associated.
Yeah, he's going to have a shifter and a steering wheel.
I love it. Oh, it's super cool.
Work.
Dude.
When I started to dig into his file, because I'm learning, so I like to look at things that most people just don't look at. But in the file that he sent, there was over 1 million triangles of detail in that file, which to a novice, that's a lot. That's a lot of work to custom make a file. And smooth it to the level that it's smooth. So I'm impressed. I kudos.
Yeah, there's a learning curve. He is way ahead of the curve.
Correct. Well, I think we've said it many times. If you are a newbie to the world of 3D printing, please do not jump in the ring with Ali. I would not just start printing a Knight's Customs file. Get some prints under your belt and understand what's happening, because there is settings and placement that you need to learn with a lot of his stuff. And one of the things that he did down to the Nike swoosh on, it's probably not even going to come up to remotely. Maybe in your carbon print, it might show up on your screen a little bit, Jeremy. I'm going to slide you to the middle here for a second.
It's going to be hard
The
to
level
see.
of detail, maybe even
So,
the bottom of the shoe, even that the
oh, you can see
texture.
it. You can
Okay,
see the swoosh.
they're literally Nike Air Maxes with the tread pattern on the bottom of the shoe. Like it is like ridiculously. It's gonna
It's
glare.
it's
It's
crazy.
glaring.
Like the ears on the heads. Like it's kind of
You can
almost
put a
crazy.
Q-tip in there. It feels like you could
Yeah,
clean them out.
this one's still on the plate. This is about 6.5 hours on the finest setting on the bamboo. I feel like the guy from Hey Neighbor. But yeah, with the finest setting on the bamboo, this is how it came out with tree supports, and this is in the position that the file was sent in. I didn't
Yes.
tilt
No
anything.
tweak. Okay.
The only thing I did was add a head to it from another file, just printed at the same time, because these files aren't done yet. They're not ready for sale. But just to get it done and get it going and get it fit up into the CJ, which is what it's intended for, the CJ7.
Bingo.
My test print fit perfectly in there. I mean, it's a tight fit, and I have seatbelts, fake seatbelts in my CJ. So I'm going to be able to open those up and actually belt him in on the 4-point. And it works perfectly. So the file size is spot on.
What material did you go with
For
the print?
So this one is this is gray carbon PLA.
Okay.
And this one is carbon PETG.
Right.
So I'm just playing with a few different filaments to see how it
layer
prints.
heights.
So have you tried the PLA pluses?
Yes.
Yes.
So
and that's what this
PLA
is.
Plus at this level of detail, PLA Plus is, in my opinion, a little sloppy.
Dial back your heat.
Yeah, and I try to use standard off the shelf settings to say the novice can do this. I'm trying not to tweak my printer or my machines or my files or my heat settings. I want to see what it looks like directly out of the Bamboo Slicer software from the files provided, just to give a novice approach. Because I'm learning, so I'm not trying to mess with some stuff yet. But yeah, the PLA Plus and Tough is, and I use all bamboo filament, so I've tried to stay in their family of settings, and it's great. But at that level of detail, I have a real hard time at 0.12 on that. 0.16 is about as low as I can go and still not be undesirable.
So as you get on, you'll find like a lot of the stuff that we will print is at a 0.32 with a 6 nozzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still at a 4 nozzle. So.
Yeah, and once you start dialing stuff in, it's not, you can't use it for everything. But once you start dialing stuff in, you can get those layer lines to almost, to be very unnoticeable.
Yeah. I'm not really having layer line issues. These, and I really like the carbon, the CF filaments for that. It smooths very nicely. And I really don't have layer line.
That matte murdered outlook is sexy though too. That it just has a rawness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PLA is nice.
PLA and PETG are just two that we try to avoid for the exact same reason. PLA can be super brittle, and PETG is also super brittle once you hit about 38 degrees. It's great for structural components and stuff, but when you run trucks all year round, once you hit those low temps, you're running the same brittle problem.
Yeah, and if I'm doing anything body wise, I'm using ABS, so and that prints great. And
try ASA.
I have a roll of
Oh,
ASA here.
It
so
prints very similar to ABS. You don't get the fumes. The one downside of it, or upside, depending on how you look at it, is unlike ABS, ASA is chemically stable. So you can't do the whole, acetone and vapor trick to smooth things out.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, paint stuff like that, you won't ever have any issues with it softening up and becoming brittle or gooey. It's a great alternative when people need to print with ABS, which is a great material, but you're not quite there yet. You can't keep your temperature stable. You can't keep bed adhesion. ASA is a really great in between, a great starter for people.
Okay.
I was blown away when you got on Amazon and seen all the different filament options now. Like the list goes on.
Oh yeah.
Like this body, this is ABS printed for the 11 Charlie giveaway at Badlands.
But the reason ABS is even coming out of your mouth, Jeremy, is because this bamboo and even the Creality K1 came along this year with these enclosures. That really took the printing world, plus the speed of them and a million other bells and features. But we weren't even mentioning ABS a year ago in the printing world this frequently.
Well, you could have, because all these machines back here, and some of them are old, they all print ABS. You're at the threshold of it.
Yeah.
The biggest issue.
Go ahead. Yeah, the biggest issue is keeping temp.
Keep heat in. And
you have a climate controlled room there. Not everybody's printing in a luxury.
I'm in my basement. I am freezing because it is 65 degrees down here, and I have shorts on.
Yeah.
All right.
Bastard.
So, but the trick for ABS is a pet store heat pump.
Yeah.
If you don't have an enclosure.
Yeah. So when I run ABS, I have a blanket for the enclosure because mine is also in the basement and it's in the back room, and there's a AC vent in the worst possible place, kind of like this one right here above my bench. So I put a magnet cover over the AC vent to plug it off and try and keep some temperature in that room. Yeah, I have a blanket that I slide down over the top of it.
But I love the enclosures, especially the ones that have they got little fire capsules on top. So you hit a fire and it releases a chemical agent. I think that's fantastic for doing it at home.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So definitely. You got some great filament options there. You were busy banging out one or two of these already. But basically, people, what is coming for your CJ? The answer we've all been waiting for was to get. We are in uncharted territories here now, below the knee. It was kind of a little strange painting down there today. I'm like, wait a minute, I've never painted down this far before.
Yeah, Mike started taking pictures. I was like, stop it, it's awkward. just don't send me pictures of that anymore.
So you're gonna get a full figure in there.
Well, I wanted to play with his head because he has Medicette's head on his driver, and I was telling him it's like a voodoo doll. I'm like, I wonder if Matt knows what you're doing to him right now.
Like you can touch it inappropriately anytime you want.
And right now he's is he that ticklish? Voodoo dolls. Did you see what? Did you see what Matt said? Matt's like, I need two drivers going with Mike and Jeremy's head. He has a project.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. That's got to be some kind of crash test. Where
that's headed.
Yeah. He's like jumping it off of a cliff.
More razors or something, and yeah.
You're dragging me around off of a chain off the end of his car. Who knows what he would do? Oh, here comes we got Nicholas Downing, Nitro Nick, old longtime friend and prior guest on the show. Dreamer just got here. Richard Kroom went to work. Thanks again, everyone, for jumping in here.
Are you good on time, Mike? It's
Yeah, we're still. I have one more minute. Yeah, you keep going.
okay.
You got
So,
show and tell. Bring it.
Yes, a little bit of show and tell. I got a razor, Ray. Thanks, Matt. I needed that.
I like it.
Yeah, he dogged me into it. I saw him pair him up on our Memorial Day run, and I was like, yeah, I got to have one of those. It's 10 scale. I'm not getting into the big trucks.
It's
The other
cool.
one is the Optic. So I murdered mine out.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Put some headlights in it because they don't have headlight lenses or anything in them. The Fairlead is added. I did my touch to it. I didn't run it stock at all. I just went straight for the Gusto 3800 kV Castle Mamba X system. I do not recommend you do that on the stock gears that come in these. They're sintered, one-piece lockers. And I had a few teeth leave the chat on a test run down here in the basement. If you can.
Oh my!
Oof.
Yeah.
That's all right. Just 3D print a new one.
Yeah. Nope. So I say all this is in stock, so it's stock, right? So I had lockers, Vanquish lockers, and some actually Treal gear sets in stock. So it's still stock. It's just beefed up a little bit. But the beauty of these things, like you can do the scale hardware on the knuckles, if you can see in there. I don't have a pointer, but on the knuckles on the top of them, put some scale hardware in there, kind of pretty it up a little bit. The steering is pretty cool if you haven't seen it. That little PSE type steering, which was what makes this unique. It's a whole new axle.
But is that functional or just for look? Is that actually
functional? Yeah,
it sure looks functional from here.
Yeah,
it's not okay. That is cool.
The servo link is back here. The servo is up underneath. So the servo is behind it and it's stood up. So if you can see the Reefs logo, it's up inside the truck.
That's
wow.
So it's very innovative.
It is.
I'm pretty chuffed with that.
And it looks good. I know you murdered it out and made it look great, but at first glance, just seeing the style, we needed this.
Yeah. It's a great. I'm going to call it a trail truck because, it's not a rock crawler. It's not a VRD. They already have a VRD, so it's not a competition crawler. It's not quite a U4, but it's got the wheelbase. It's got potential.
It screams King of the Hammers all day.
I put a set of Vanquish sway bars on.
Okay.
Inner rock bars that I had
in stock. Get out! I want to go shopping in your basement, bro.
I was just thinking that myself.
Hit the swap meets, man. The swap meets are a treasure trove of old new stock parts. It's like going to a car show. You're hitting
and you're just
new stock,
buying stuff that you don't need today, but I will use that tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's a few things I don't like on this.
Matt's going to scratch the crap out of that tomorrow.
Yeah, we are. A few things that I don't like. I don't appreciate the scale of the fuel tank. That's like having a 200-gallon fuel tank on a buggy.
Okay.
It's a little big.
Are they putting electronics in it? Is that the reason why they... No. Okay.
So prepare to have your brain warped a little bit. So these pins up on the top, it's got body pins on the top, and you pop those out. Like you had to be under a rock if you haven't seen this yet. But that little pin pushes down and pulls out the bottom. And then your side pieces are your battery trays. So you have full access inside the truck to all your electronics.
Dude, there is a lot of innovation here. Like,
that's
they
clever.
didn't.
Now, what I did on the opposite side, you can kind of see in there, I put all my electronics on the other panel because both of these panels are battery trays. So you can run a right and a left battery if you choose to. I chose to
Okay.
put my electronics on the other side because they weigh the
Yep.
same as the batteries I intend to run. So the truck will be balanced. I just
Okay.
have to remember only open the side with the battery because my electronics are on the other side. But very innovative, very creative, very well done, and designed by the same guy that tortured us with the Axial XO, which was the worst vehicle to put a battery in and out of in the history of RC. And for him to come this far with this kind of innovation is breathtaking. It's
Okay.
this is a very, very cool, unique vehicle that should not be underestimated. Vanquish is coming in hot.
Yeah.
And people can say what they want about ready to runs. They want a kit. They want, all hardened metal inners and all that stuff, so they don't do what I did. But in a ready to run form, it's perfect. If you're going to leave it stock, you don't need to upgrade those diffs. You don't need to put a sway bar on it. You don't need to do those things. It's not necessary. It is necessary if you put a 3800 kV
Castle
system in it, because you're literally quadrupling the power output of that brushed motor. So that's what
gears will fail.
As far as them making a kit, I don't know why they would. I honestly don't. This is consumer ready to run quality for the masses, and I think they nailed it. You're going to see a ton of these things out on the trails this year. Ton of them. It's got the wheelbase. What it does need also is a taller tire, in my opinion. And I got some machetes and some berserkers, 5-inch tall tire.
That's what you've been working on the whole show here. You've been
I put a whole set together.
on. Why are you here?
And I think it needs that tall of a tire because it is a 13-inch plus wheelbase. So just my experience and opinion.
And then James Knight wants to come along and throw a functional driver at you on top of it. Bam!
The interior in this thing is pretty damn detailed for ready to run. I mean, you get a driver figure, steering wheel, Sparco seats. I mean, it's there. There's no electronic lighting protruding up through the interior tray. It has a dash. It's got gauges. The shifter from the VFD transmission comes through it. It's perfectly placed. They give you the shifter handles and stuff that you can put on it. Like, it's a great balance for a scale rig.
They were definitely busy behind the scenes working on this thing. That is fan-freaking-tastic. I love it.
I would love to say that I know that this is the working man's Ripper 2. And I hope that the Ripper 2 is this in an all-metal form. That would be fantastic. Just because it pushes the platform with availability of metal parts. But yeah, that would be cool. I don't know if that's true. It's an assumption. And I hope it is. I hope this is the Ripper 2 in plastic form for the working man, because then it's achievable and approachable.
You can see the relation. Like, you could tell that they're clearly related, and it would be an easy dot to connect.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
all right. I'm done. I think that's all.
Good stuff, dude.
This week, that's enough this week.
Where will you now, Adam? You'll be in Tennessee next Saturday. Is that correct?
Yeah. Is it next Saturday? Yeah.
Or no, wait, Mom. I went too far. One more Saturday yet. We have. I think it's the following week.
I think we're 11 days out. We're leaving on a Wednesday. We'll get down there Thursday. The event starts Friday morning. Registration, I think, is 8.
Jeremy, you will be here next Saturday in.
Yes, I'll be here next Saturday the yeah.
Following Saturday is when we'll be gone. We'll be leaving for a week to head back to the Jersey Shore to celebrate my big 5-0.
Young puppy.
I'm not far behind you. July.
Screaming it from the rooftops. I've accepted
Neither-
it.
Neither one of you two are 50.
No,
Thanks, Jeff.
I'm days away. I am days away.
I'm the old guy making young.
You
guys.
are. I told you it. You throwing no man jokes. That's
The
not
irony.
funny.
The irony is
All right. Jeremy, give me a 1 minute time clock. We're going to throw Adam into a quick little game of this and that. I think it would be inappropriate, and we don't want to play favorites and leave you out. So we will put you in the hot seat for a minute. Boom. Are you familiar with the format? It's nice and simple. We're going to give you two options. Literally this or that. We don't need explanations of your answer. We will keep it rapid fire. For example, call or text. And you would say what you prefer.
Call.
and we keep score.
Yeah, Jeremy's keeping score.
I just
My bad. That's loud. I know. Dino was up there. I don't know who Jeremy has in the leaderboard right now. You'll have to argue with him.
yeah.
And you collect your prize from him also.
All right. Are you ready?
We're ready.
All right.
Adam, you ready? Adam, you're playing for Aiden here. So this is for both of you. Call or text. You said what?
Call.
Almond Joy or Mounds Bar?
Mounds.
F. Sorka or Yeah Sorka?
F. Sorka.
Go to bar or go to church?
Bar.
Oh, does he have the time clock up at me here? What's he showing me? Okay. Twix or Snickers?
Snickers.
Rattle can or airbrush?
Rattle can.
Autobot or Decepticon?
Decepticon.
Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
Murdered Out or Candy Apple Red?
Candy Apple Red.
Nintendo or Sega?
Nintendo.
Cabbage Patch or Garbage Pail?
Garbage Pail.
Slot machines or blackjack?
Blackjack.
Mike or Jeremy?
Both.
Oh, wow. Hot dog or burger?
Burger.
Jeep or truck?
Truck.
Win the lottery or meet your soulmate?
Win the lottery. I already got the soulmate.
Wait for last week. Dino got a kiss. She came down and
Came down and gave him a kiss.
yeah, literally. I mean, giving you all like these Valentine's Day gifts. Like this is like tee it up for you boys. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Hunt or fish?
Fish.
Cat or dog?
Dog, I guess.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Drive or passenger?
Drive.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Are you more likely to get a speeding or a parking ticket?
Speeding.
College or NFL?
College.
Golf or frisbee golf?
So I got to pick one. It's going to be golf.
All right. Well, you're the only one I was able to ask this question to because I have your dope ass frisbee golf thing hanging here. I'm like, this is the only guy I know that knows this question. Walk. No, what? That was some. Heavy metal or country music?
Both, but heavy metal.
Wow. Okay, both. All right. Would you rather meet yourself 10 years in the future or 10 years in the past?
10 years in the future.
Hand dipped or soft serve?
Soft serve.
UFO or Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Air guitar or air drums?
Air guitar. Bass.
All right. 3-day weekend. Do you want Mondays or Fridays?
I have
Off.
Friday.
Okay. BMX or skateboard?
Skateboard.
Supercross or MotoGP?
MotoGP.
Crocs or flip-flops?
Flip flops.
I have to be careful with some of these. I have to pre-read them. Jeremy writes like loaded things in here. I'm like,
Croc flops.
I'm gonna slip up one day.
As long as it wasn't
OJ
Crocs.
OJ Simpson, was he guilty or not?
Oh, guilty of sin.
Monster trucks or NASCAR?
Monster trucks.
X Games or Olympics?
X Games. Twice.
All right. Give me a high five. You are going to have one RC car for the rest of your life. Choose one.
My TF2.
One movie.
Ooh, crap.
The clock is ticking.
Goonies.
Good one. One band.
In excess.
One food.
Cheeseburger.
Good call. One person, dead or alive. One person, dead or alive. Did you call your wife?
I am my wife.
Oh, dog, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Good boy. All right, call it. That's me. I got to stop it. That's
Yep.
me. All right. You survived a game of this and that with a high five at the end. It went well. Adam, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us on a Saturday night. You knew how to put a smile on our faces and hold an adult conversation.
This was
Excellent.
definitely fun.
Good.
Excellent.
That's the goal.
And I get to see you guys in about a month.
Yeah.
Check.
Looking forward to that too. Remember, Wednesday night, cupcakes on the hill. We're going to have cupcakes for the daughter's birthday.
Cool.
Bring an adult
Awesome.
beverage if you want.
Yeah, I think we get in Wednesday night.
Wow. You guys are pre-planning here. All right, I feel left out. So you're talking about Wednesday. Okay. I'm loving that Blue Rocks and this is all a thing. This is amazing. I love it. Like COVID was hard.
It's not just an RC event. We all start
Hanging out with your
vacations on there.
Yeah. No, I love that campground. Everything about it. It's all year long. It's like you said, even when that event passes through like a traveling carnival, guess what? Blue Rocks is still standing there. It is something you can enjoy all year long. It is a cool place to be.
The owners and employees here, they're the best people.
They are the best.
You can't say anything bad about that place at all.
Yeah.
Walking taco. No, you can't.
You and those tacos.
My goodness. We'll be there Tuesday night. Get a head start.
Just for dinner. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, guys, listen. Aiden Builds RC is the place to be. I know you didn't want to push anything and turn this into the infomercial, but Jeremy said it earlier, and I loved it. You're planting seeds with a lot of these things that you guys do. When you make a part like that for Treal and you're being so generous and giving it, you might not be finding out like the payout there, but I bet you these kind things that you're doing have, they open up doors somewhere else and you have no idea what door it's going to open next. That's for sure. People see what you're doing. I hope there is a connection with Dino. If you haven't met the good people from Dino RC yet, they got a big family they're having a good time. So good stuff. I'm hoping it leads to some additional things for you and your son moving forward. I will leave you with the parting words, Adam, and then we'll let Jeremy sign us off.
I don't know if there are any good parting words. Just keep rolling.
All right.
Keep rolling down the trail until we have a battery change.
But you are a wisdom. You're a fountain of knowledge when it comes to printing. You've picked it up and you've got the CAD. So if you've got any printing questions, I know you are always welcome to. You welcome questions. So please use Adam for what he's good for. Ask the questions and support him and Aiden in what they're doing.
Well, we appreciate that.
We appreciate you. Jeremy, tell these people how to behave this week.
Well, you're all mostly adults with good common sense, decision making skills. I would say,
I feel like we're getting marching orders.
Make smart choices.
Make smart choices.
Make smart choices. And get out and go RC.
Bingo. Which you guys will be tomorrow. I'm assuming you'll be with the family at Hartford Rocks. Is that the place to be?
Rocks, maybe some trails after that. Yeah, we got to do some cleanup. We got an event in 2 weeks.
No,
all right.
We're so far away. We'd be down there helping you.
Hey, you're more than welcome to come down. We got a swap meet. Swap meet, Hartford Rocks.
Oh, that's always a good time. Your swap meets are dangerous. You guys do some.
You're good.
You guys
45 from us. That's a rough one.
Those boys down at Hartford Rocks know how to barter. Like those guys are trading.
It's a great place. It's a great place with great people.
Yeah.
A couple times. I think we've been down there twice and just absolutely love being down there both times. And
I'm telling you.
Find out what your schedule is for the fall, circle a day and block it out and say nothing else has happened. We're gonna go grab a hotel and come
go down there.
But last time we were there was the poker run, and that was fun.
Yeah,
dude. The
schedule's up. Schedule's up on Facebook for Hartford Rocks, and there are a lot of good quality Airbnbs in the Havre de Grace area. If you want some historic significance, well worth it.
That control tower is worth every penny.
Control tower is pretty cool.
It is. It's you guys are doing it right there. Hartford Rocks, boys. If you're local, go check them out. Yep. Good stuff. I will be doing it disjustice if not doing it right if I do not at least congratulate my daughter, who has turned 18 on May 10th and will officially be grabbing her high school diploma on Tuesday night is the official walk.
Congrats.
But boys, yes, she has graduated. She will be moving on to Kutztown University in the fall. But side little note, Thursday night, we were at an official award ceremony. She got some scholarships, yes, and funding through the state, but she actually won an award that was picked by the teachers. They got to pick 2 students, a boy and a girl, and she got $1,000 check just to go off and a $1,000 award for her academic achievement. So,
nice.
I mean, nice. Yeah, fun little surprise, and she deserved it. She worked hard. So, Ella, this one's for you, kid. Great job. Daddy is proud. We all got to have that proud papa moment. I will bask in that one as my right now. So, congrats to her.
Good.
Get out there tomorrow. Enjoy the weather, people. The weather is spot on right now. Not too hot. This is our scene weather outdoors. So enjoy your
first weekend. It hasn't rained since January.
Say that again. Like, that is ridiculous.
First weekend in this Delmarva area that it hasn't rained since January. So
that is ridiculous.
At least you're getting a shower once a week.
Oh, zinger! We'll end on that.
Somebody's got to water the grass.
Oh, I love it. All right, boys, ladies, Jess, all of you, thank you for tuning in tonight. You know the deal. We're going to sign off. We will see you all back here next Saturday night for the good laughs again, and get to tune in and see what Jeremy does not know. So come back again. All right, let's do an official outro. I was trying to time that perfectly, and again I fail. So this is our official outro. Goodbye. Closing video.